Shalom Israel, Most High Christ bless. As you can see, we out here at Black Wall Street. My name is Young Prophet Elijah. I'm trying to buy some stuff.
Skip Kitty Kia. We the kingdom chasing. They tryna hold our freedom, no lie. We the kingdom chasing. They tryna hold our freedom, kingdom chasing. They tryna hold our freedom, no lie. We the kingdom chasing. They tryna hold our freedom. Curses I've seen upon me and you, signs that I wonder. Curses I've seen upon them and too, signs that I wonder. Pull up, he's showing the scripture. You honor your father, you honor your mother. God of Israel, he's the God of no other. With the Lord on our side, he's sorry to shut down another.
Now flying.
We fall, we break, we fail, but then we rise, we heal, we overcome.
Why would I give up? Yeah, right here at the finish line. You must not know what's up. Cause we ain't got much time and we been going in. Yeah, it feel like so long. Yeah, and all the hate we done taste at the end of the day, we can say, yeah. It been 20 years strong. It been 20 years strong. Say what? Yeah. After all of the trials and all of the tribulation, we stand here an organized nation. Many thought that we wouldn't come back from the eyes we was facing, but these bricks built on strong foundations. That's why they in the uproar.
Absolute, we got a bishop on that. See what I'm saying? Absolute, we got a bishop on that. Absolute, we got a bishop on that.
Absolute, see my bishop on deck. All the rising feet, show respect. All these damn dogs getting checked. Hey, see what I'm saying? Hey, shout him out.
Tuesday,
Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Put in work, reach the people, see my bishop, he don't play. Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Put in work, reach the people, see my bishop, he don't play. Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Put in work, reach the people, see my bishop, he don't play. Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Shout him out.
Tuesday,
Put in work, reach the people, see my bishop, he don't play.
Absolute, we got a bishop on deck. Absolute, we got a bishop on deck.
See what I'm saying?
Absolute, we got a bishop on deck.
Shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters. Bishop Nathaniel here. You know what day it is. That's right. It is Shout Out Tuesday. It's Shout Out Tuesday. And you know how I love to read your letters of exhortation and your donations of support. But before I do that, I often love to cover a little bit of our hidden history. So sit back, get your libations on, get your diet food, get your comfort food. Get whatever you need to munch on to relax yourself to enjoy today's episode, all right? The Image of the Black and Western Art, Volume 2. This was published by Harvard. Okay. Harvard University Press in England. This book goes into heraldry, which is the coats and arms of kings, queens, knights, rulers, bishops. As you can see, these are black images during the Middle Ages. Okay? Black rulers. All right, let's go on. Here's some more. These are things they don't show you in school. They teach black history starting with slavery from more or less around 1619 all the way from there, or not all the way, but from there. Never going before that, where these images, like we're showing here, let's take a look at what year is that? 1316. Okay, 1316. Some of them even at 1276, because we were ruling during that time period. All right, take a look. Take a look. And where is this? This is number 5. Let me zoom in a little closer. 5. Memorial bearings of Cologne, the holy kings, the bishop and his vassals. Okay, that's what number 5 is. What you're looking at here. Okay. Number 6. Banners of Sardinia and Corsica associated with the arms of the King of Aragon. Let's take a look. Do you see that? A black man. Black men. Let's look at this one. Number 7. Heraldic Moors from the Universal Memorial of the Gallery Herald, 1370. Let's take a look. Look. There's a sister right there. Another one over there. So what I'm showing you is that black people ruled during the Dark Ages. Now, watch this. This one I wanted to show you guys. This is picture number 9, right? Take a look. It's in black and white, but this one looks like I see Caucasian people, no color, and I see black people with bows and arrows. Black people in the castle. There's a lion attacking one of these white guys with no pigment. Now, this is picture number 9. Let's see what it says. Number 9, Wild Men and Moors Tapestry. All it says is Wild Men and Moors. Okay, y'all remember in the movie or the series on HBO called Game of Thrones, there was a group of guys or wild people called the Wildlings. This is where they got it from. Now, the colored image of this black and white, I'm gonna show you it. They have it right here on the next page, and it's in color. Look, y'all see that? White folks, hairy, attacking black people who live in the castle. Do y'all see this? Look at the top. Black people, black people, black people, black people. Black women, black women. There's a king right there. Archers and bowmen. Do y'all see this? Do you see this? Do your children see this? We were fighting for our lives to retain our homes, our castles, because we were the rulers. And white folks attacked us. See, it's in their spirit. A lot of y'all always want to know, why do white people always attack us? It's in their spirit. From the book of time of Genesis, 25 on down, you can read about these people always attacking us. Okay? Now, what's funny about this, not even funny, it's sad. Remember, this was figure 9, right? This is painting 9? Yeah, number 9. Let me see if I can find what it says about figure 9. Let me turn the page. Figure 9. In the scene we're studying, the attack on the castle, not only is this distinction clearly marked, but wild men and blacks are set in real opposition to each other. See, here they call them wild men. Why don't you just say white people? See how they play with words? The black archers who come out in front of the drawbridge are, by their clothing and their beards, are the Saracen, I mean Muslims. Type often represented in 14th century chronicles of the Crusades. Like the other defenders posted on the ramparts or at the tops of the towers, they wear a bandeau on their forehead. The total effect is that of a troop of blacks, armed, organized, urban, small of stature. You see that? There's always some negatives with us in their books. Always. Let me just jump down. 3 persons leaning out of the window of the keep. A crowned black king with a white beard, a black queen with blonde hair, and a black princess whose arms are outstretched in a gesture of tearful pleading. Okay? It's always negative when they write. And they won't even call themselves white people. They say wild people or wildlings like they do in the movie. Look at number 24 and 25. Let's take a look. Let's see what it says. Martyrdoms of St. Matthew and St. Maurice. Martyrology. Prague, 1402. All right. So they're claiming that this is the martyrdom of St. Matthew here. They're saying that this is St. Matthew and these blacks are killing St. Matthew. Okay. Really, let's go down. Martyrdom of St. Maurice. What do y'all notice about this picture? I'm showing you how white people are evil. Take a good look. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zoom in. Hopefully you're going to see it. Look at his face and look at his hands. Look at his face. From what you can see, it's black. Look at his hands. The color's been taken out. This is called iconoclasm. What white folks do is go into our records and change the color of the people to benefit them. This is what they do. All right. Let me see. Number 26. Let me see if I can find a writing for number 26. Okay, figure 26. It is natural to find repeated allusions of the glory of Alexander in the work, but surprising to meet the Queen of Sheba there. Yet there she is, splendid as never before, graceful as posture, elegantly gowned, her hair luxuriant and blonde. Now, we all know the Queen of Sheba did not have blonde hair. Okay? This white folks, they always go in and touch things up. Got to change things. That's what they do. All right. Look at this. You got the knights in the back with armor, black men. All right. We're going to look at figure 48, but let's get the wording first. Figure 48. I'll start from here. We should point out that the two scenes do not appear in the older versions of the play of the Antichrist that we have been able to Consult. A little further on in the manuscript, monstrous white men. Oh, I like this wording here. Monstrous white men and blacks carrying curved sabers and an emblazoned shield march toward the Antichrist, and kings from all over the world worship him. Let's take a look at that. That was figure 48. There we go. Monstrous white men on a goat, marching black men to the Antichrist. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Now let's look at number 47. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. That's figure 47. Figure 47. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. That's the white man. We've been telling y'all the Antichrist is the white man for years. You Christians have a lack of faith. You don't believe nothing we tell you. Even when we show you in the scriptures. Now we're showing you with ancient archaeology. Our fathers always knew the white man is Antichrist. Okay? Always knew. Look at this. 46. Envoys of the Antichrist preaching before the kings of Libya and Ethiopia. 46. Oh, here's 46. Let's pull back. Envoys of kings before the Antichrist preaching. The Antichrist preaching. Do y'all see this? Do you see this? Well, I really don't know how to help you. I'm going to go back to this one. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. Number 47. I don't think I went all the way down. I started up here, but I didn't go. There's the king there with the Moors. There's the Antichrist, but I didn't go down when it says that he submitted to him. Look, and they took the crown off his head. That's what the white man does. The white man and his false prophet. The beast and the false prophet. Oh boy, Christianity, democracy. They remove kings and put kings in that they want. That's what America does. Y'all keep playing. You better get with this, these parables we've been trying to share with y'all. Open your understanding. Number 50. Memorial bearings of the great Khan and his vassals. Number 50. There's the great Khan there. Crown over his head. Let's pan down. Black. 3 black men here. '51. Memorial bearings of the vassals of the emperor. Memorial bearings of the vassals of Emperor of Constantinople. Do y'all see this? Black men with swords. We're going to look at picture, let me zoom in. We're going to look at picture 73, 74, and 75. 73 is the capture of Antioch, William of Tyre, Historia della Tierra de Ottoman. 13th to 14th century, excuse me. Next one is the defeat of the Prince of Egypt, William Tyre, Historia della Terre de Ottoman. 75, Charlemagne's siege of Agen. All right. Here is picture 73. I want y'all to take a good look. Here's a castle. There's black people wearing armor in the castle, throwing down stones. Here we have white people attacking the castle, trying to take the castle. Pay close attention. This is our history. This is what led into slavery. Let's go down. This is picture, oh, I'm sorry. This is 74 here. Where is it? 74. Take a good look. White people in armor chopping up black people that they conquered. Do y'all see that? This is our history. This is what led us into slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. This predated it. Here's 75 with Aragon leading men against who? Black people in a castle with bows and arrows and armor. Do y'all see that? Pay close attention. This predated slavery. After this came the slave trade. 76, capture of Damietta, Joinville. Okay, let's take a look. Pay close attention. What do you see? White people coming against black people in a castle. We told y'all we were ruling Europe for 1,000 years. Okay. 77, Crusaders fighting Saracens. These are black men. They started lightening their color, but these are black men. These are Caucasians coming against us. Look on the coats of arms. You have black heads. Okay. 170, 171. Jean de la Chapelle. Black king and serving man details. So, here you have the black king. And this is possibly the serving man, possibly. $172. Let's go up. 172. Black king. No, and they don't give a name. Just black king. Just black king. Picture 218, memorial bearings of the Pucci family. Italy, 15th century, 17th to the 17th century. And then we're going to look at picture 219. So picture 218, we're going to look at the Pucci family. I want y'all to see this because it's not a drawing. Okay? These are etched in stone. Stone reliefs of black men ruling Europe. Down here, pay close attention. You have white man on horseback. You have the image of a black knight with a shield, black coat of arms on a stick. And the white guy's practicing fighting against the black man, which is an Israelite, which they call Moors or Saracens in this book. This is our conquest, how they conquered us. Okay, this is near that time. Remember, this is the 15th to the 16th century. But remember, we were the rulers. We want to look at what it says about 221. Picture 221, that's 221. 221. Let's pull back just a little bit. To cite only one more example, the diversification of heraldic themes gave birth to a charming circular composition by, I don't know what that says. A wild man, remember I said instead of saying white man, they like to say wild man. A wild man holding two shields, one with a hare, which is a rabbit, the other with the head of a black. Wait a minute, let's take a look at that again. Look, the white man, remember the Genesis 25 said the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. This is Esau. There's the rabbit, the hare, and there's the head of the black man on the coat of arms. This is illustrating them conquering us. Now, let's look at picture 222. 222. Let me see if I get it right. The black head adorns the shield of St. George on a silver statuette dating to 1503, the oldest piece in the collection, and figures on the guard and pommel of the sainted knight's sword. Okay. Let's take a look. All right, you got a white guy in armor, but look, he has the shield of a black man's head. And this is a dragon. You can't make this stuff up. We're going to look at picture 223 and 224. Monogrammist PW playing cards, king and knave in the Parrot series. Cologne about 1500. There's 224 and 223. Look at the black man on the horse, the knave, and here's the Parrot series is talking about. Black man in armor on a horse. Armored horse. Black man in armor. There's a Parrot series. I'm showing you once again, black people ruled Europe. We were the warriors. We were the kings. We were the queens. Picture 225 I want to look at. Armorial bearings of the Dura family, 1523. Look, black man. There's a date, 1523 AD. Coat of arms. A black ruler. Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary. Let's take a look inside. All right, we just looked up black. Often used to denote the color of physical objects. Hair, Leviticus 13:31, verse 37, Song of Solomon 5:11. Notice what it says next. Skin, that's right. Skin, Job 30, verse 30. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 and 6. Lamentations 4, verse 8. I want y'all to see that the scholars know that skin color is mentioned in the Bible. So anytime you hear Christians say, color's not in the Bible, black color especially, tell them to shut the hell up. They don't know what they're talking about. They support, these Christians that say such evil things support white supremacy. Listen good to what I'm saying. They support white supremacy. And I wanted to go down here. Black is also used figuratively to describe mourning. Job 30:28, Jeremiah 4:28, Jeremiah 8:21, Jeremiah 14:2. You know, Jeremiah 14:2 says, Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground. That black, notice the term figuratively. It means two things. Yes, it means mourning, but also means skin, meaning dark skin. How do I know that? I want you to take the lightest skinned black person you know. I just said it. The lightest skinned black person you know, and ask yourself a question. Do they call them white, black, or other? they call them black. But they're very high yellow. They're light-skinned. They're called black. Why? Is it because their skin is as black as night? It's because our condition as a race, black is also used figuratively to describe mourning. Our race is in mourning. We're called the black race. So don't ever let nobody tell you that the word black is only talking about mourning. No, it's also talking about skin and mourning. 2 in 1. Because black is also used figuratively. All right. Now I'm in Roget's International Thesaurus. This is the 3rd edition. All right, let's go down. This is 1834. White eyes only, like Deacon Nathan says. Why white eyes only? Because in 1834, where were we? Slavery. These white people had us in hard bondage, captivity, slavery. 1834. So let's go inside this book and see what they say about black. Right there. 7. Negro, colored person, black, blackamoor, Jim Crow slang, darky, Sambo, ebony, the image of God. Wait a minute. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Come on. Do y'all see that? Do you see it? The image of God. What's the image of God? Negro. Do y'all see that? Number 7. Negro, colored person, black, blackamoor, Jim Crow, slang, darky, Sambo, ebony. The image of God. Early Spanish manuscript illumination. This is the book cover. Now let's go inside the book to discuss this picture here. All right. We're going to plate 8A. Notice what it says. I highlighted it. Christ, whose darkened flesh tones now give him an almost negroid cast. Y'all see that? Let me zoom in on that. That part right there. Almost negroid cast, meaning they're trying to say he might look black, but he's not black. And a lot of Christians go with this word. See, it says almost. But listen, we ain't stupid. Let these Christians die in a lake of fire with their slave master. This is the image they're discussing. That's Christ in the center. They're the cherubims on the side, and the angels around. So many times they like to say and lie and say, oh, there was a fire, and that's why the skin tones got burned up. So the skin tone got burned up, but not the yellow wings, not the yellow sleeves, not the green halos, and not the background. The fire just jumped, boom, 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 in their hands, right, and their feet. The fire just jumped on there. I tell you, Christians are evil. Evil. Thank the Lord he woke us out of that spell. I mean, Christ almost looks Negroid. He is Negroid. He's black. Look at that. That looked like a black man to me. With black hands and black feet. Here's plate 9A, 9B. Goliath's challenge. The Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side. Let's look at the Philistines and let's look at Israel. Okay, this guy's really big here. So by looking at this, I can tell this is supposed to be Goliath. Black, brown skin. These are the Philistines. Black, brown skin. And these are the Israelites. Black, brown skin. Let's zoom in on the Israelites. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Black, brown skin. Here's Revelation 12:1. The great dragon with 7 heads. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7's down there. 7 heads and 10 horns. And a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and 12 stars around her head. 1, 2, wait, let me start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 stars, which represent the 12 tribes of Israel. Look at the woman. That's a black woman. The great red dragon is after her. Let's go across to the angels. Look at the Lord on the throne, black. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Look at the angels. Now something happens when the color changes. These people are thrown into the lake of fire. They're radically more lighter than the angels. With a demon down here in a lake of fire. Heads. I wonder who. So again, there's God on the throne with the angels. He's giving instructions, black. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And these are old. These are painted in 900s, okay, in Spain. All right, this book is called Our Living Bible. All right, let's go inside. I'm on page 254. Do y'all see this here? Painting from Dura-Europa's 3rd century AD. So this is about 200 AD. This is the first known painting of Christ. Healing the man, telling him to pick up his bed and walk. I want you to look at how they painted Christ in the year 200s, in the 200s. Black. Ain't no ifs, ands, or but about it. He's a black man pointing at this man, this other black man, to get out of his bed. And the man picks up his bed and walks. And made their lives bitter with hard service and mortar and brick. Here's a picture, a painting of the Israelites in captivity in Egypt. Painting from the tomb of Rekhmir, 15th century BC, before Christ. Everybody's black. The Israelites doing the hard labor are black. Here's one of Joseph. So Joseph found favor in his sight and attended him, and he made him overseer of his house. The blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in house and field. Genesis 39:45. There's Joseph overseeing the workers in Egypt. Remember, Israel didn't come in yet. His brothers had not come in yet. Everybody's black. That's what I want y'all to see. The Jews and Moors in Spain by Joseph Kraskow. On the 2nd day of January, 1481, the Inquisition commenced operation in the city of Seville, that's Spain, with Thomas de Torquemada as Inquisitor General of Castile and Aragon. A few years later, it found its way into every prominent town of Spain and confined itself everywhere almost wholly to the Jews. The severity and savage alacrity of it may best be learned from the appalling fact that during the 18 years of Torquemada's ministry, an average of more than 6,000 convicted persons suffered annually from the cruel tribunal by burning or by condemnation to lifelong slavery or by endless torture making an average of nearly 17 a day, and the entire number punished during an existence in Spain from 1481 to 1808 amounted to 340,000 persons. All right. All this to protect the interests of religion. All this for offenses so trivial that our blood boils with indignation at the very thought of the heinous cruelty. It was sufficient to burn a convert as a relapsed heretic upon the mere accusations of crimes such as these: that he wore better clothes or cleaner linen on the Jewish Sabbath than any other days of the week, that he had no fire in his house on the Jewish Sabbath, that he ate the meat of animals slaughtered by Jews, that he abstained from eating pork, that he gave his child a Hebrew name, and yet he was prohibited by law under severe penalties from giving a Christian name. So our people were tormented and tortured for keeping God's commandments. Now that was some good stuff, brothers and sisters, if I do say so myself. Excuse me. That was some good stuff. Y'all know I have no love. None of us actually have any love for the Roman Catholic Church. You remember the Christian Catholic Church instituted the transatlantic slave trade in 1441 under Pope Nicholas V, followed by Pope Alexander VI, them two, and those insidious papal bulls. But regardless of that history, I'm going to show you what the Southern Poverty Law Center and the FBI are doing with the Roman Catholic Church. But the point of the clip is, if they're doing this, what you're about to see to the Roman Catholic Church, imagine what they're doing among Israelite congregations. All right? So sit back, watch, listen closely, and I'll be back with my biblical commentary. All right?
I notice a pattern, though. The FBI field office in Richmond, on the 23rd of January of this year, issued a memorandum in which they advocated for, and I quote, the exploration of new avenues for tripwire and source development against traditionalist Catholics, it's their language, including those who favor the Latin Mass. Attorney General, are you cultivating sources and spies in Latin Mass parishes and other Catholic parishes around the country?
No, the Justice Department does not do that. It does not do investigations based on religion. I saw the document you have.
What did you do about it?
It's appalling. It's appalling. I'm in complete agreement with you. I understand that the FBI has withdrawn it, and it's now looking into how this could ever have happened.
How did it happen?
That's what they're looking into. But I'm totally in agreement with you. That document is appalling.
I'll tell you how it happened. This memorandum, which is supposed to be intelligent, cites extensively the Southern Poverty Law Center, which goes on to identify all of these different Catholics as being part of hate groups. Is this how the FBI, under your direction and leadership, is this how they do their intelligence work? They look at left-wing advocacy groups to target Catholics? Is this what's going on? I mean, clearly it is. How is this happening?
The FBI is not targeting Catholics, and as I've said, this is an inappropriate memorandum, and it doesn't reflect the methods that the FBI is supposed to be using. It should not be relying on any single organization without doing its own work.
Let me just ask you, as my time expires here, a very direct question. How many informants do you have in Catholic churches across America?
I don't know, and I don't believe we have any informants aimed at Catholic churches. We have a rule against investigations based on First Amendment activity, and Catholic churches are obviously First Amendment activity.
Well,
but I don't know the specific answer to your question.
You don't know the specifics of anything, it seems, but apparently on your watch, this Justice Department is targeting Catholics, targeting people of faith, specifically for their faith views. And Mr. Attorney General, I'll just say to you, it's a disgrace.
All right, brothers. All right, sisters. You saw it for yourself. You heard it for yourself. I lie not. So what does this prove? This proves the Southern Poverty Law Center is working with the FBI. The FBI also works with the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, the Hoover Institution, and the Canary Mission, which is another secret Jewish Israeli organization. They throw rocks and hide themselves. All these groups are led by the Amalekites, the Jewish community. The point is, if these groups infiltrate the Catholic Church, which was the foundation of the United States of America, remember, Pope Alexander VI, they had Spain and Portugal found this place over here, all right, the Americas. Understand the history there. The Catholic Church, the Christian Church, was the foundation of the religious foundation of the United States of America. Understand. Okay? So if they're doing that to the Roman Catholic institution, imagine what's being done to Israelite congregations across America. Let me show you another group that pays and manipulates evil black people. The Hoover Institution, which works with the Canary Mission also. These are Jewish groups. All of these are founded by Jewish people. Understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. I want you to see how they manipulate evil blacks for money to protest and infiltrate anybody that criticizes Jewish people. So let's watch this video, all right?
Program run by a conservative think tank called the Hoover Institution.
The whole fellowship extravaganza, like you guys are being like foot soldiers of conservative movement. This is actually the first foot soldier activity that I think we've been forced to do. Tony, what's your connection to the conspiracy that we're all part of?
Yeah, the Israel Project.
So you can't not come. Their plan is to disrupt the National Conference of Students for Justice in Palestine. Marshall said that the pro-Israel protest had been poorly planned.
It's a very fly-by-the-pants procedure. There's basically just like Noah Pollock coming and being like, look, there are these jihadis who basically support suicide bombing, and they're at a campus, and you have to stop them.
A chance to shout at Arabs?
As we're leaving, we mentioned to our boss yesterday that we're going. She's like, oh yeah, that's mandatory. You need to go.
While they've been told they have to take part in the protest, not everyone on the bus is convinced it's good for their reputation.
You know what my worst nightmare is? I'm actually not kidding. It's a photo of Dion and I together, and we're just like clearly identifiable. And they're like, "Oh, who are these like traitors who sold out to the Jewish conspiracy for money?" I'm like, "We did. We cost $50,000 plus benefits."
Black freedom that also sees black freedom as situated in a larger context. In 2014, Israel launched a siege of Gaza. In the same summer, police in Ferguson killed Mike Brown, and Ferguson rose up. And on the news at night, there would be both the latest out of Gaza and the latest out of Ferguson. There was solidarity that was expressed online with the Ferguson uprising. There were Palestinians who took to Twitter to cheer on the rebels of Ferguson and explain how to deal with tear gas.
Israel's diplomats have responded by evoking the legacy of Martin Luther King, claiming that the campaign for Palestinian civil rights bears no resemblance to the civil rights movement in America.
Dr. Clarence B. Jones, who wrote the draft speech for Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. He was his lawyer, he was his close friend. He's somebody that I reached out to. He became a very close and personal friend. Because of that relationship, we published 3 articles in the Huffington Post explaining why their agenda was hijacked. Martin Luther King will turn in his grave if he saw the anti-Israel tendencies or policies that are starting to emerge within Black Lives Matter.
There's something on one hand laughable about it, but there's something also really insidious about this. You're using the credibility of a freedom struggle to try to oppose another freedom struggle. And I think that's appalling.
Woo! So you saw it. So with its the Hoover Institution, with its eminent scholars and world-renowned library and archives, the Hoover Institution is a public policy think tank that seeks to improve the human condition. by advancing ideas that promote economic opportunity and prosperity, while securing and safeguarding peace for America and all mankind. The devil is a liar. The devil's a liar. That's right, I said it. They's a bunch of liars. So let's go to, I'm going to give you some scriptures here. Let's go to 1 Esdras chapter 5 and verse 73. I'm going to go to the past and bring it on up to today. 1 Esdras chapter 5 and verse 73. Watch this. I'll start at 72. This is during the Persian captivity. And it reads, but the heathen of the land, the word heathen means nations, but the heathen of the land, lying heavy upon the inhabitants of Judea and holding them straight, hindered their building. So they hindered our forefathers from building the temple. Watch verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions, see that popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishing of the building all the time that King Cyrus lived. So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years until the reign of Darius. So their popular persuasions, they went around saying that the Jews, our people, the real Jews, was a hate group trying to overthrow the king. They claimed that they were a hate group. They incited hate speech against them. As it was in the past, so it is today. Now, you might read that and say, well, that's just for the past. Let's go to Romans 15 and verse 4. Watch what the Apostle Paul says in the Spirit of Christ. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the Scriptures might have hope. So what was written in the past is very evident for today. That's what I want you all to see. Now let's go to some prophecies. All right. So I'm tying it up for you. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? See, this is why I found it paramount that I showed you hidden video camera footage of what's being said and done among the SPLC, the Hoover Institution, the Canary Mission, these various Jewish organizations. Okay? Understand? Let's read on verse 16. Watch what God said. But wait, let me go back to 15. Woe unto them. The word woe means great sorrow via destruction. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. Meaning nobody knows what's going on. You don't know what's going on, you brothers and sisters. This is why it was very important that Al Jazeera, a news journalist organization, sent in a person with a hidden camera to videotape them. Videotape not just them, and they videotape dumb, evil black people who they use to infiltrate and disrupt various organizations. This is what the scriptures is talking about. Okay? Watch this. Let's go on. Let's go to Psalm 64. Psalm 64. And it reads, well, I'll start at 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Here comes the point now. Verse 2 is the point. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Let's read that again. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. So the wicked, which are these Jewish organizations, SPLC, ADL, Canary Mission, Hoover Institution, and there's many more, APOC, there's many more, okay? Did I say Canary Mission? Well, if I did, I'm going to say it again, Canary Mission. Let's read verse 2 again. This is Bible prophecy. You want Bible? I'm giving you Bible. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. See, these people are causing insurrection against the Israelites. If they're doing it against the Catholics, if they're doing it against Palestinians, you best to believe they're doing it against the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's read on. Who whet their tongue like a sword. What does that mean? They concoct evil plots and plans. And the truth that we speak from the Bible, they call it anti-Semitism. They call it hate speech. That's what it means. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. The Israelites are the perfect. We are the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They don't give a damn. Watch verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. What does privily mean? Privily mean privately, secretly. They say, who shall see them? You see that part right there? They say, who shall see them? Y'all see that? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Talking about a missile. Suddenly shall they be wounded. See that? Now watch verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. What does that part mean? God is revealing, or has groups like Al Jazeera hiring Jewish people, Jewish white people, to go undercover and reveal the secret plots, the secret counsel, of what they're doing against other groups. That's why I showed you what they're doing against the Catholics. I showed you what they're doing against that Palestinian groups, the BDS, which stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanction Groups. And that reveals what they're doing amongst Israelite congregations. All right. So let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 28. Now you might say, it's only words, it's only words, it's only words. Watch what words can do. Ecclesiasticus 28 and verse 14. A backbiting tongue hath disquieted many, and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities hath it pulled down, and overthrown the houses of great men. You know how much damage a backbiting tongue can do? Meaning, a backbiting tongue, they spread lies and discord. They can make cities fall, pull down cities, and overthrow the houses of great men. Understand, watch what Christ says in Matthew 23 and verse 34. And it reads, Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify. See that? So what do you know what's heavy about that? And some of them ye shall kill and crucify. Some of y'all foolishly thought that only Christ was crucified. No. When you check out the history, Rome crucified thousands of our ancestors. Thousands upon thousands. Watch, let's read on. And some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. You see that right there? Persecute them from city to city. Let's go to Mark 4. No, I want Matthew 24, verse 9 and 10. Watch this. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Why? Because in these last days you have groups like the ADL, SPLC, Canary Mission, Hoover Institution, APOC, and they pour billions, if not trillions of dollars to say that Israelite congregations are hate groups. Why do they call us hate groups? Because we're teaching the truth, that we are the real Jews, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel, and the Caucasian man and woman is not And they call that hate speech. They call that anti-Semitism. To rally the nations against us. To rally the nations to shut down true biblical teaching. I hope y'all can see that. I'm prophesying the words of the Bible. Let's go to Mark 4:16. Now amongst us, watch what's going to happen. Matthew, Mark. Watch this. This is for you brothers and sisters that sit among us who don't study. You always got an issue. You got a problem. You murmur. You complain. For you men, for you women. Mark chapter 4, verse 16. And these are they likewise, which are sown on stony ground, meaning you have no root in yourselves. You don't study. You don't pray. You don't apply. Who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. Yeah, you come into this truth. Whoa! I know I'm Israel. Yeah, we Israel. You receive this word with gladness. But watch verse 17. And they have no root in themselves. What does that part mean? You don't study. You don't pray. And you sure as hell don't apply what is written. Watch this. And so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake. You see that? Persecution, affliction is coming. Affliction is coming. Persecution is coming for the word's sake. You teach that Bible? That blacks and Latinos and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of Israel? Persecute them. Afflict them. That's anti-Semitism. That's hate speech. Watch this. Afterward, when affliction and persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. So what do you do when you're offended? Oh, you forgot already? Let's go back to Matthew 24, verse 10. Let's go on back because I know you done forgot. Matthew 24, verse 10. I'll start at 9 again, 9 and 10. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Here come. And then shall many be offended. What you going to do when you offended because of that? And shall betray one another. And shall hate one another. Do y'all see the prophecy of what's going to happen? We're letting you know in advance what's going to happen. These fake Jewish groups, they ain't going to stop. They are the sons and daughters of Satan. They are not going to stop, brothers, sisters. They not going to stop. I hope y'all understand. I hope you understand. Let's go to Exodus 17 and verse 16. Watch this prophecy. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek. Who's Amalek? These Jewish people that stole the land, stole our heritage. Let's read that again. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Remember, Amalek is just a son, a grandson of Esau. They're the same people. They're the same race. Watch. Let's go to Genesis 36. I know some of you don't do your 4 chapters a day, so I'm going to help you out. Genesis 36, and let's start at verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Let's jump down because it gives a whole genealogy of Esau's sons. I'm getting to the point. Verse 15 and 16. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn, son of Esau, Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenez, Duke Korah, Duke Gatham, and Duke Amalek. Who's that? Duke Amalek. These are sons of Esau. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? I hope you understand. This is why, let's go on back now. When we go on back to Exodus 17 now, the last verse, Exodus 17 and verse 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. I hope y'all understand. So now when we go to scriptures like, let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, bear with me. Ezekiel chapter 35. Here's the prophecy. Verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Okay, let's jump down to the point. Verse 5 about Mount Seir. Remember, Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. One of the great-grandchildren of Esau, Edom, was Amalek. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So I'll give an example prophetically of that verse. When did our iniquity have an end here in America? I'm just talking about here in America. Around 1865. That was the emancipation, right? It was actually technically 1863, but many of the slaves didn't hear about it until 1865. This is why some of our people celebrate Juneteenth, 1865. They say that was the emancipation. But what happened? What happened during that time period? The Ku Klux Klan was established, okay? And they rained hell on our people. This is see the bottom of verse 5 again? I'm going to read verse 5 again. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Watch this. In the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Our iniquity had an end during the emancipation. We were freed from chattel slavery. But what happened? Amalek, Esau, Edom, they established the Ku Klux Klan and they rained hell on our people. I want y'all to look at the Ku Klux Klan outfits. Some of you know where those outfits come from. Spain. Spain and Portugal. Capirote, C-A-P-I-R-O-T-E. Those were the outfits used or worn during the Spanish Inquisition. I want y'all to think about this. Those were the outfits worn during the Spanish Inquisition. Now, who came throughout the Americas? I want y'all to think historically now. Before they were founded in 1776 as America, what countries were over here first? Spain and Portugal. Remember, Rome sent Spain and Portugal here first, throughout the Caribbean, throughout Central America, South America. Remember the conquistadors, they were from Spain. You don't think they brought those customs to the Americas? Remember, then you had the Spanish-American War. Okay? Remember that. Bear with me a second. Yep. Spanish-American War, 1898. What did they do? They plucked the Spanish up, kicked them out. Now, everybody didn't leave. All of Spain did not leave the Americas. Thousands upon thousands, hundreds of them stayed behind. They gave up in the war. You don't think they brought those customs of the Capirote with them? Yes, they did. And they got the most southern accents. Yes, they did. And then they said, whoa! We's the Ku Klux Klan. And they donned their hoods and those robes, the Capirote or Capirote. You have to excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the same people. Okay? The same people. Watch this. Bear with me. Y'all have to bear with me. Let's go to, let me look at, I think I want Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And it reads, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen. This is the Most High speaking. And let me start at 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry thou, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy, And I'm very sore displeased with the heathen, meaning the nations, that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased. So our slavery, God was a little displeased. Now watch the next part. And they, meaning the heathen nations, and they helped forward the affliction. You see that part right there? What that mean? They gave us hell. Ku Klux Klan with their caparoti robes. Y'all better understand this. Now you could Google it, and it says no, they have no. There's no relation between the Ku Klux Klan and the caparoti of Spain. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay. You think it was a coincidence they got the same outfits, the same robes? Are you that simple? The hell is this? Let's go back to Ezekiel. Ezekiel, where I want to go? I want to go to Ezekiel 36 now. Watch this. Y'all just bear with me. I'm flipping pages. Ezekiel 36, and it reads, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen. Again, that word heathen means nations. The heathen means nations. And against all Idumea. Idumea, you can put it on the screen, is a Greco-Roman word that means Edom. Esau, Edom, same group of people. Amalek, which have appointed my land into their possession. Yeah, you see that? God is prophesying who would take the land of Israel. Esau, Edom, Idumea, Amalek, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, because they took it despite the fact knowing it doesn't belong to them. To cast it out for a prey. They cast it out for a prey, meaning to their people. They called their people from Russia. They called their people from Germany. They called their people from Uzbekistan, from Poland, said, Anyi Yehudi, come take the land. We are the Jews now. We are the Jews. 1948. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. All right.
Attention Israel. Subscribe to our new YouTube page, IUIC Events 2, for Shout Out Tuesday, exclusive videos, and backup content. Remember, our enemies want to stop this truth, so subscribe here to stay aware. Our content is also readily available on IUIC TV. The time is short, Israel. Subscribe now.
All right, let's get to the reading of the shout out letters, shall we? This first one reads, Shalom, shalom, shalom. I love this truth. I am new. I have been listening for a few months. Tribe of Judah. Thank you, Carol H. Thank you, Carol H. All praises, all praises. This is from Perry P. God bless you, Bishop Nathaniel and IUIC. I hope all is well. Keep up the good work. I just want to say that your works are great in the earth. All praises. Thank you so much, Perry. Thank you so much. All right, this one reads, Shalom, Bishop Nathaniel. All praises. Since being led to IUIC by the Holy Spirit, I've learned so much from you and IUIC. I just wanted to say I've finally found the true teaching of our God has wanted me to learn. I've always felt deep down that I wasn't being taught the Bible the correct way until I was led to IUIC. And as you continue to stress that the pagan church teachings are false and have always been false, since being led to IUIC by the Holy Spirit, I've never looked back at any other teaching from any church teaching of the Bible. May Yahweh continue to bless you and your family for your good, fruitful good works. I'm sending you that Yahweh wants me to say. I ask you to continue. I'm jumping because there's money stuff written there. And we'll continue to blankety blank blank gospel to he who has, what does this part say? Fruitful works to spread the gospel to who he wants to hear and bring back the 12 tribes of Israel. Again, all praises to you and your family. This is from C. Childs. Thank you, C. Childs. Thank you so much. All praises, all praises. All right, this next letter is from Sister Marie G. Shalom, Bishop. All blessings to you and your family. I hope all is well with you. May God bless Israelite in Christ. I'm sending you my monthly alms. Use them as you see fit. God bless you for opening the eyes to the truth of who I am, an Israelite. I'm trying to keep the commandments to the best of my ability. Pray for me, Bishop. The fact that God is black, Jesus is black, his heavenly host is black. Look at the wonder and beauty of the world and know that only a black man and his son could have only that. All praises. Love you, Bishop. Sister Marie. All praises, all praises. Thank you, Sister Marie. And I'll have Captain Hananiah of our LA congregation reach out to you. And yes, I have been getting all your donations, but this is what happens. Let's say I get 200 letters. I don't read 200 letters on the air. Okay, I'll read like the first, let's say, maybe anywhere from 35 to 45, and the rest I'll leave over to the next Shout Out Tuesday, so forth and so on. To read over 100 letters in one sitting is a lot to do, and you do get tired. I just want y'all to know that. So that's possibly what happens and why some of the episodes you have not heard your name as of yet. But I have been getting all your donations, Sister Marie G. Yes, I have, and I will have Captain Hananiah reach out to you and verify. All right, to verify. This next letter reads, Shalom, Bishop, Most High in Christ bless. I want to say thank you, leadership, for all your teaching. I've been in the body for almost 6 months now. I'm asking prayer for my Lord Isaiah. Our two young daughters, you give their names, as they continue to do the commandments. All praises of God. My Lord has been in the truth for 3 months, and our daughter has been in the truth for 3 months. I was hoping coming to Passover, but the captain at the Cincinnati camp told me that I had to be in the body 6 months before Passover in order to go. But when Passover comes, it will be in 6 months. Just wanted to thank you for everything. Shalom, Most High in Christ bless you. This is from Sister Elizabeth. Yes, Sister Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure you can go. If 6 months makes that time, yes. Okay? All praises. All right. You know what? I'll make sure to reach out to the Connecticut camp myself. This next letter reads, I hope this gets to you. Bishop Nathaniel, thank you for all that you do. I will keep sending. This is from Sister Carolyn H. Thank you, Sister Carolyn. All praises. This next one says, Shalom, Bishop, Most High in Christ bless you. Here's my alms and Booster Club donations to go around the world and teach our people that we are the real Jews, the Israelites. This is from Laura M. of our Seattle camp. Thank you so much, Sister Laura. Shout out to, I believe that's Officer Yari, if I'm not mistaken. All right. The next one reads, thank you, Bishop, for the understanding of the word. I ask that you would take these alms and use them wherever the body needs them. I do have one thing to ask of you, that you pray for me and my wife, Lisa, and kids. Thank you again, Bishop. This is from Brother Rico. Yes, Brother Rico, definitely add you to the prayer list. All right. All right. This next one reads, it says, thank you. Shalom, Bishop Nathaniel, and all my IUIC family. Truly thank you all for all you have done for us as a nation. I'm truly thanking you all for praying for us all as your brothers and sisters, and for my family as well, because we all truly need it. As we all pray for all our brothers and sisters, those that we know and for those we don't as of yet. Most High in Christ bless you all. All praise. Now, you know what? I noticed you sent this large letter with a big flower on it, but your name isn't on it. What the heck? Well, you know who you are. You know who you are. The Lord knows who you are, too. All praises and thank you. All right. So we want to give a shout out of thanks to Rita B. of Richmond, Virginia. We want to give a shout out of thanks to... I got to give a triply dipply shout out of thanks to Tracy M.H. Now, you spell your name Tracy different. It's Treyce. I got to say, I'm sending out triply dippity thanks to you because I recognize this bank check for the past couple of years. There has never been a name on it. On every bank check, it has said memo to 12 tribes worldwide, but no name. Today, I see your name on it. Thank you so much, Sister Tracy M.H. 12 tribes worldwide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All praises to the Lord. All praises. All right. Give a shout out of thanks to Brooks, the business C. Thank you so much. Shout out of thanks to Ladona MV. Shout out of thanks to Ilona B. Shout out of thanks to Darted D. Shout out of thanks to Linwood B. Shout out of thanks to Brooks C, the business. Shout out of thanks to Brooks C, the business again. Shout out of thanks to Darted D again. Shout out of thanks to James G. F. Jr. Okay, I'm looking. It says of Princeton, Florida. All praises. Shout out of thanks to Lori J. of Greenville, North Carolina. Shout out of thanks to E. Boatwright. Shout out of thanks to A. Holt of Mobile, Alabama. Shout out of thanks to Henry E. M. Thank you, Henry. Shout out of thanks to Carol H. Shout out of thanks to Mr. Stacy B. of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Shout out of thanks to Marcia P. of our Orlando camp. All praises, all praises. Thank you so much. Shout out of thanks to Herbert C. of Millington, Tennessee. Shout out of thanks to Larry B. of Decatur, Georgia. Shout out of thanks to Jackie M. Jackie M, one more again, all praises. Shout out of thanks to Rashid J. of Los Angeles, California. Shout out of thanks to Raleigh M. Jr., all praises. Shout out of thanks to C. Childs, all praises. Shout out of thanks to Warner R. Let me look at that again. Nope. The name is Pearly R. Pearly R. Thank you so much. Shout out of thanks to Mary A.G. And like I said, Captain Hananiah shall reach out to you. Shout out of thanks to June G. of Washington, D.C. Shout out of thanks to Isaiah and Elizabeth. Elizabeth, House of Isaiah. Shout out of thanks to Scott B. of Canton, Ohio. Shout out of thanks to Carolyn H. of Dallas, Texas. Shout out of thanks to Constance P. of Birmingham, Alabama. Shout out of thanks to Naeem N. of Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out of thanks to Mr. Malik of the tribe of Benjamin. Oh. Shout out of thanks to Leona C. Shout out of thanks to Philip. What's that last initial? Philip. It's scripted, and I think that's a T. You know who you are. Shout out of thanks to you, all praises. Shout out of thanks to Hermel and Patricia W. All praises. Shout out of thanks to Laura M. I see it. Shout out of thanks to Jonathan D.R. of East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Shout out of thanks to Renee S. Shout out of thanks to I think that says Bosley P something. You are from, I can't read that either. Georgia is all I can see, the GA, Georgia. Thank you so much. Shout out of thanks to Gwen R. Thank you so much, Gwen R. again. And last but not least, shout out of thanks to Perry P. of Bronx, New York. Brothers, sisters, you know how I love to say, let's all of us stay healthy. Let's stay faithful. Let's stay focused. But most of all, let's all of us stay in the spirit. Most High in Christ bless you all. Love you. Shalom.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.
Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word